Right, okay, so talk about basics of business, and I'm going to share some insights today in terms of what you need to start thinking about and how you need to plan your mindset in terms of before we start jumping the gun and looking at having these business ideas, these dreams, these visions, all these things that we want to do. Let's just take it back a notch, and we got to think about how many hours do we have in a day. The answer is 24. It doesn't change for me, it doesn't change for you. That's just what it is. We've got a time restriction, haven't we? So we need to utilize that time the best way we absolutely can. So then we think, what is actually taking our time? So let's break that down into a simple exercise. I'm hoping for you guys it's not things like Netflix, movies, TV, social media. It probably is. But nevertheless, break down your 24-hour day. Let's just say hypothetically you're asleep 8 hours of that 24. What you left with 16. So in that 16, are you working a 9 to 5? Let's just say that pulls 8 hours of your day. You're left with 8 hours. Do you go to the gym? If you do, that probably takes an hour or two. So basically, you have to eat, you have to have a shower. There's fundamentals and basics that you need to do. The point I'm making is there isn't a lot of time in the day. And if you're looking to transition into business and, get into this lifestyle, you've got to remember business is a lifestyle. It's not something that you can pick up as and when you feel. It's almost like having a newborn baby. It's a full-time commitment. It's around the clock. It's going to be a lot of stressful nights. It's going to be times where, I've seen grown men cry when they can't hack it. So late nights, a lot of stress, a lot of challenges, but also when things go right, there's a lot of, sense of accomplishment that will come out of this as well. So the point I'm making here is if we do want to get into business, so, in a previous video, we talked about the involve, plan, how rude, and, what the strategies are, and obviously revenue targets per drop. We're talking, looking at 100K a drop. That's going to require a lot of effort and energy, and you've got to be exceptionally good at time management. There's certain things that I won't break away from, but what I want to talk to you about in this video is how to effectively have a blueprint to have, success in any business for that matter. And then we'll talk about in the future mindset in terms of wealth creation, and obviously I've done Forex in the past, and there's obviously other opportunities through crypto, but again, we'll save that for another video. So before we get to starting business, we need to get our mind right. We need to get good at time management. And the crazy thing is, people talk about what traits are needed in business, how to, who do I need to mimic and follow, and, what do I need to eat for breakfast? It's not like that at all. You just need to basically be obsessed with whatever your goal is. It's as simple as that. And you have to have the mindset that nothing is going to get in your way. You can't be denied. And you've got to want it as bad as you want a woman. And that's probably the closest thing I can think of as an example, because we've all seen it, and we can probably relate that there's a woman you like, for example, and you will stop what you're doing and, jump when she says, or, she'll say, are you free? Pop round, let's go for dinner. And you'll make time for that. You'll just stop anything important because you don't have discipline. Again, that's another story for another day. But the point I'm making is that desire to chase a woman, for example, if you can somehow find a way to reprogram your mind so you can have that same desire for success and making money, you absolutely will be successful. And look, this is easier said than done. It's human nature, isn't it, to, you know, chase the opposite sex, let's just put it like that. But it's not human nature to make money and, you know, welcome excess stress, because that's what business is, isn't it? It's managing stress, it's solving problems, and it's being solution orientated. So again, think about time management and what little time you have in the day. Think about what really is important, and what's important is developing your mind, your body, and I'll explain what I do, and then maybe you can use that as a blueprint to help yourself. So you need to be well rested, okay? So we're going to start from the beginning. You need to sleep at a sensible time, and whatever time you choose to wake up and sleep, that's up to you. I don't need to tell you that. But you need a minimum of 6 hours rest, and that's just what it is. That's science, it's biology. And at the end of the day, like, you can't burn the candle from both ends. So if you have late nights, early starts, how are you going to function? How are you going to make decisions in business? How are you going to lead a team? How are you going to focus? Because it's not physically possible. So obviously, whatever your sweet spot is, I'm not going to give you an exact number, but make sure you're adequately rested. Right, what I do, I'm up by 6 a.m. and I'll start my day, and this is me time. So this is time that I can spend on myself without distractions and get stuff done that I want to for myself. So I'll head down to the gym about 6 a.m. and I'll do a workout. And believe me, all you need to do is keep things simple. Circling back to the gym, it's interesting as well, because I use an analogy about how people obsess over women. Even I see like a lot of people in the gym and how they obsess over the gym as well. So that's actually got me thinking. A lot of people will spend time and money on like BS supplements, being in the gym, watching like, you know, YouTube videos on how to get a six pack and all that sort of stuff. And their mind is not, if they could change that focus and shift it from things that are not important and into business, you could be successful. And I think the more I think about it, there's a lot of people out there that's wasted potential. Of course there is, and I can see why, and I'm starting to see it more and more. Anyway, back on track. So with training, it's really good for you. It's good for, you know, stress resilience. It's a positive stress to the body. It releases happy hormones, dopamine, all that good stuff. And you're ready to tackle the day. Training in the morning is an absolute game changer. Absolute game changer. And I'll tell you for why. So number one, in my case, I've got access to a private gym. Obviously, you might not have access to that, but the point is I can get in, circle around the machines, gym to myself, and you'll be surprised how quick you can get a workout done. 35 minutes, 40 minutes is all you need. You don't need to be in the gym doing a back day, a leg day, a chest day, an arm day. That's just rubbish. Keep it simple. We're not trying to be a bodybuilder, all right? We just want to look good. We want to feel strong, and we want to carry the benefits of training into our day-to-day activities. So for me, I keep it simple. Strength and training, conditioning program. You can find more about that with the ETX program. It will be in the link somewhere if you want to see what I do. I'm in great shape year round. That never changes, and I keep things very simple. Time is precious. I don't have time to become a bodybuilder, nor do I want to. I just want to look good. I want to be strong. I keep things simple. Strength and conditioning, 35, 40 minutes. That's manageable for me, and I can invest that time and I'll get the results. So following that, I'll follow up with a sauna. So obviously we've put our body through a lot of stress and it's important to recover. So again, it's good for your mental stimulation and focus, because you can just lie down for 15 minutes. Of course, the heat will do its thing. You'll get various benefits from a sauna. If you want to learn more about that, obviously you can Google that in your own time. But even if you wanted to just decompress and, start to plan your day and have a bit of time where you're in isolation, you're focusing on your breathing, and you can start to unpack what the day's gonna look like for you. So again, utilizing time very quick. Obviously, get yourself showered, freshened up, all that sort of stuff. But for me, by 8 a.m., I'm ready to work. I'm on my computer, I'm in office, I'm doing something. And this time frame between 8 and 12, right, is a window where you're going to be fresh, you're going to be recharged, and you're going to be able to give your most when it comes to like technical work. And you need to allocate all your technical work, all your priority tasks, get them done, and get them done early. It's very important in that regard that you're not off-putting tasks that are essential. And a lot of the time, what people do is they'll have things that need to be done. They could be daunting, tedious, but they are important, and they'll just put it off. Block out times when you're going to do things. I'm giving you a really nice strategy here in terms of what I do and how you can follow. But even for me, like making time for a video, I don't have all day. I'm not gonna, rehearse or, fish around online all day just to find, references and inspiration. I'll just talk about what makes sense to me. I'll give myself a time allocation. I'll send it across to some editors. If anything needs to be done, they can take care of it. I don't need to look at it twice. So allocate time. Obviously with your business as well. If you have a team or if you're working with contractors, set up a time where you can regularly have briefs. So for me, 10 a.m., I'll have a team chat, see what's going on, talk to contractors and see what the progress is, see what the status is, review KPIs, check to see if we're on track. Because if we talk about challenges at the start of the day, in the morning, we've got the rest of the day to fix them. If we talk about problems at the end of the night, then we're not going to have a very good rest, are we? So address situations when they can be fixed. Otherwise, there's no point. Early doors, address your problems head on. Don't be afraid. Communicate your issues and challenges. And it's very important to do that directly and concisely. For me, I don't have time for breakfast. I'll have a coffee circa 8 a.m. Because again, coffee's a nootropic in the sense of it'll give you focus, it'll give you stimulation, and it'll absolutely help, you stay sharp. A bit of advice, don't have coffee first thing in the morning. So obviously you're going to want to wake up naturally. And if you think about it, are you going to be in the right state of mind if you've just woken up and you're blasting a coffee into your body? Of course you're not. It's just going to mess up your body. You're supposed to wake up naturally. If anything, sit on a balcony, expose your eyes to natural light. You don't need to be jacked up on caffeine all day, every day. Wake up naturally and train naturally as well. You don't need pre-workouts, which is just tons of crap in scoops in powder form. You don't need that. You should be able to wake up, go to the gym and train with natural energy. And if you can't, you're weak and you're pathetic and you're probably not built like I'm built, and you're dependent on something to get you to do something that you should be enjoying and doing because you want to. And that energy and enthusiasm and passion and motivation, it should come from within. So what have we got left to cover? So yeah, we were talking about lunch and eating. The human body, it's the most powerful machine out there. Money can't buy, right? So do you need to eat all day, every day? Of course you don't. For me, I follow like an intermittent fasting protocol, and that'll be between 1 to 2 meals a day. I like to eat late in the afternoon. We're talking 2 p.m. and then maybe again circa 7:30, 8 p.m. And the reason I do this is because I can't look back to think in a world where I could actually have breakfast, disrupt my morning routine and state of flow, and then still be productive. The fact that the idea of eating is completely in my rear view mirror first thing, it just lets me get so much done. You should try it. And a lot of successful people who are busy and running around, they have to adapt this anyway. And there's obviously various health benefits as well, which again, you can explore in your own time. And just obviously make these meals quality as well. If you want to perform as a businessman or an entrepreneur, like I mentioned at the start, there's going to be lots of stresses and challenges, and you need to be very mentally strong in terms of your diet. And especially if you're eating once or twice a day, that 1 or 2 meals, it can't be like a McDonald's or a KFC or any of that crap. It has to be quality food. For me, I follow like a whole food, plant-based diet, which is cert rich. So in other words, I'm looking for nutrients that my body can absorb, and I'm getting the best bang for my buck. We're not overcomplicating things though. We're keeping things simple. You just want a healthy mix of protein, carbohydrates and fats. But again, keep things simple. You know, you don't need to be a dietitian to know what you should and what you shouldn't be eating. And then again, if you're fueling your body with good, healthy foods, you're going to be able to make good decisions, because when the going gets tough, people have dependencies. So whether that be like a chocolate bar, some sugar, it could be anything, right? Which you shouldn't be doing. And they'll use it as a crutch just to feel good. It's good to feel pain and stress and discomfort. You should embrace that. You should welcome that, and you should enjoy that feeling, because business is like that all day, every day. There's new challenges. People need to be paid. Suppliers, you know, there's just, you'll know from obviously being in the industry, being in the game. And again, you need to have that mental fortitude of, I can stay disciplined in terms of optimizing my body, my health, and the way I'm going to behave. And these behaviors are going to basically form a habit over time, and you're going to run like clockwork. Everything needs to be flow state. So the more you can keep things simple, have a structure, a set time for this, a set time for that, your body will start to pick up on things. And before you know it, when you're in your deep focus, 8 till 12 power hour session, your body will be like, it's time to focus, and I can actually get my head down. I don't need to eat, I don't need to be wired on caffeine or anything like that, and get stuff done. Again, keep things simple, but if you can start to manage time, block out any distractions, whether that be social media, movies, Netflix, friends, family, women, just block it all out, because it's taking valuable time and energy. And if you're thinking of starting business and being an entrepreneur, it's a selfish journey. It's a road that you have to go on alone. And the more you try and bring friends, a family, a partner, a girlfriend, it's extra baggage, and I'm guaranteeing you it's going to slow you down. I know for a fact. It's lonely at the top, and they say that for a reason. So what I want you to think about today is how to structure your day. I've given you a loose blueprint that you can follow. This is what I do. It works for me. It makes a lot of sense. And again, what we're trying to do is to try and create like a mindset and certain behaviors and habits, so that as we're taking on more stress, because making money is stress. It's as simple as that. And you need to be comfortable with that and accept that. And what we need to do is create a plan, a day plan, a structure with systems, processes. This is what happens at this time. This is what happens at that time. This is when I train. This is when I eat. This is my downtime. What do I do with my downtime? How I can focus on important priority tasks. How I can block out the noise and get stuff done, because that's the bottom line. Right, that's all for today. We're going to keep it nice and concise, and we'll check in for the next one.